Hello, welcome to the second to last NHL playoff not prediction, reaction video. I am kind of mad right now. And as you can see, I'm not using the ESPN fantasy app that I like my bracket thing this time. I'm going to, because there's only a tiny bit of series, could be this actually it probably will be a shorter video because of the fact I have less things to do in this video. But to make it longer, I decided I'm just going to go over every single game 1 through game 5 for both series. So actually I can just say game 5 because the Western and Eastern finals ended in a game 5. So, yeah, that's basically all I have to do. So this should be a little bit of a shorter video. However, because I'm a Canes fan and I want to do the Hurricanes series second, I'm just going to go and start off with the Oilers Stars series. So game 1, Dallas won 6-3. Here's my thinking. Dallas, because, and this is actually the other reason why I did it, because I can just look at that. And I'm back. Okay? Then I can go over each game with the stats on the line, too. Here's my thing, though. It feels like if you kind of look here and stuff. In fact, I can look there. Shots attempted. Okay. Okay, so Okay, so they actually both saved 27 shots. That's interesting. I was going to say that it was because one team kind of shot more. However, I will say, I feel like it's halfway because Dallas just. Their star players showed out. Like, their star players played immaculate. Assisting, passing, goal scoring, every category. Defense, goalie, every category. Really just played well. Like, really well in game 1. So I feel like that's kind of what led them to the game 1 victory. Let me see if I can't. Okay, that's the exact same thing. Sorry, I didn't really test this at first, but that's kind of what led them to the game 1 victory. Then the Oilers dominate, and I mean utterly dominate game 2, game 3, game 4, and game 5 to win the series like that. And it is unbelievable how bad the Stars got wrecked in those other 4 games. Like I said for game 1 when the Stars won, the Oilers Stars didn't really show up as much in game 1. They did for sure. Like, Connor McDavid still got 2 points and Leon Draisaitl got 3. However, I feel like their stars on the bottom of the lineup that should be playing good didn't play as good. So I'm not talking about like the top 3, but I'm talking about like Trent Frederick, Zach Hyman. They didn't play as good, if we're really being honest here. Then, but game 2, game 3, and game 4, and game 5, everybody dominated. Look at him. Connor Brown did good. First game, he didn't really do good. In fact, Connor McDavid did worse, and this is the game where they score 3. Zach Hyman, he got shots, which is, truthfully, that's one step closer to winning a hockey game. You gotta get open to get shots. If you got 3 shots on goal but no points, I mean, that's still kind of a win on the coach's standpoint. Janmark didn't play well, but look at the shots. I'm telling you, they really did play well this game. As the Stars shot it well too, just like Game 1, they both shot the exact same amount of shots on goal. However, notice how, if you look at it, really the only people who look like they played, looking at it kind of closely, was just their more top line type players. I mean, geez, sorry. They're more bottom line type players is what I meant. Their top three, like their first line and stuff, and truthfully second line too, didn't really show up as good as they should have this game. And if you want me to be honest, Game 3, 4, and 5 kind of went the same way. Oilers stars across the board. Oilers stars across the board played immaculate. Like, great. Which gave them 6 goals to win the game. And then the Stars, their starters, their bigger guys just kind of didn't play as well. And if you look at it, that's the case in Game 2, Game 3, Game 4. Look at this. I mean, this game was a little better from their starting guys a little more. But, I mean, look, Mikko Rantanen didn't get isn't scoring in these next couple games in this series. They just don't look as good. And if you looked at it, I didn't show you it, but if I did look at it, in fact, fine, I'll look at it. Look at this. Connor McDavid scoring. Leon Draisaitl scoring. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins scoring. Corey Perry scored him. Adam Henrique is scoring. When those guys score, it's good news because those are their better guys. And once again, like I keep saying, they're getting shots on goal. This game, they got more shots on goal. Then another 6-3 win. Well, first game was 6-1, but another 6-goal win for the Oilers to end the series. This game, truthfully, was not exactly the fact that their forwards didn't play great. If you want me to be honest, it looks like it was Jake Ottinger's fault, as he gets pulled after 2 shots on goal, no saves. He got a .00 save percentage. But, I mean, really everyone did kind of play well that game. They got a little out of Mikko Rantanen too. However, did the Oilers play better? Yeah, they really did. They played a ton better. And once again, that's kind of what just led them to win. They had more guys playing better. Yeah, let me word it that way. They had more guys playing better. More guys played better, which led them to win. Now, we have the Hurricanes and the Panthers. We always get eliminated by either the Panthers, the Bruins, or the Rangers. Now, of course, I'm a Hurricanes fan, so I'm extremely frustrated at this, but, you know, Rod Brindamore said it, so I'm going to say it. In defense of the Canes, we did, in fact, think that we weren't. Rod said he didn't even think we were going to make the playoffs this year, let alone we made the Eastern Conference Finals. So that's actually extremely impressive in my opinion. But then we had to come across a Florida Panthers team who won because, sadly, they are so good to the point where I feel like at this point they have deserved it every year. Like, they are just utterly dominating everyone in their path in the playoffs for the past 3 years. And even if you look at the Maple Leafs games, like, oh, the Maple Leafs brought them to a Game 7, or I don't know where it is, a Game 7. I'm going to be honest, that didn't really matter considering the fact that they played immaculate on the road, which won the game like that. I've always had a little thing for me, and I've said, Whoever does better on the road in a hockey playoff series always tends to win. And look at this. Hurricanes had home ice advantage. Panthers dominate on the road first two games, end up winning while also dominating the first couple home games for themselves. And then the other home game they dominated as well to win the series. Same for the Maple Leafs. Look, Game 6, Maple Leafs brought it back to 7. Game 5, Panthers dominated. They were at Toronto. Game 7, back at Toronto, Panthers did not have home ice advantage for this series. Neither did they have home ice advantage for the Hurricanes. But the Panthers still dominated. And who won that series? The Florida Panthers. Because they dominated on the road. Look, 5-4. On the road, 5-4 win is a pretty big just domination. 5-4 here. That is big for the Maple Leafs to start the series. I thought that said Panthers won, but I mean, truthfully, getting 4 goals on the road is pretty impressive in the playoffs. Especially with the Toronto Maple Leafs crowd, who truthfully is always energetic most of the time. So, I mean, that's pretty impressive. So, truthfully, we lost that series because we did not play good at home. Which for the Hurricanes, that is weird to say, but that is why. We got dominated at home. Our fans are some of the best and nicest fans that I have ever seen. And we got booed off the ice. When that happens, you know our fans are mad. We got booed off the ice in Game 2. And of course, I mean, in Game 5, we kind of came back and was like, hey, listen, we're sorry for booing you. So when we lost, we, always chant Let's Go Canes at the end of games. But, I mean, it's crazy how good the Panthers played on the road in every series they played to win the game to win the series in 5, or to win the series in 7, or to win the series in, I think it was 6 or 5, the first series. It's impressive, and I don't know how the Panthers are this good. And on top of that, the Panthers are this good because they kept almost everyone from last year's Stanley Cup Finals winning team. So they have a Stanley Cup Final winning team plus they have a Stanley Cup Final winning team. Then they go on to the trade deadline with that Stanley Cup Final winning team and get 2 excellent stars. Could be superstars if you think about it hard enough, in Brad Marchand and Seth Jones. Incredible players at the trade deadline. That just adds on to the fact that they already had a Stanley Cup winning team on their team. Then they just add 2 people who have won a Stanley Cup in their lives. I am pretty sure, you know what, since I'm already on my computer, I might as well search this up for you. Has Seth Jones ever won a Stanley Cup? Okay, well, here's the thing. He was in attendance for Game 7. Okay, well, he was in attendance. What do you mean by that? So he was injured when they won Game 7. Is that what that means? No, he's playing career so from 2013 to present. So he was just a fan for the Avalanche in 2001. Okay. So here's the thing, though. Still a superstar player who could still be considered, he's still great. He's still great. So, I mean, you can't just go out there and say he's not a superstar player. I mean, he has been great in his career. And yeah, he really has. But I mean, once again, on top of all the Stanley Cup players that they already had, they had they got Brad Marchand and Seth Jones. And I know Brad Marchand has won a Stanley Cup, but they got just casually got Brad Marchand and Seth Jones to join their squad to probably win another Stanley Cup. We'll talk about that now. Who do I have winning the Stanley Cup? Yeah, I was gonna do some. It'd be too difficult according to my thoughts that I'm already recording, so like it'd be dumb to do it mid-recording. I'd have to download something. Anyways, I was gonna get a pen, an online digital pen, so then I can write down win or loss. However, I'm just going to say it. So, game 1, so that I remember this and I can talk about it if I got it wrong. Um, so I can talk about it in the Stanley Cup Finals. No, that's not what I meant. There we go. Okay, so Stanley Cup predictions. Game 1, Game 2, Game 3. I'm just doing this so I have something to talk about next video. Okay, so Game 1, I'm going to go and make the prediction on my phone, and then I'll tell y'all so I don't cheat or anything like that. I have got the... Who's at home is my question. Panthers at Edmonton, so they're also... You know what, though? Panthers have been great on the road. I'm going to say Panthers take Game 1. Panthers take Game 1. Game 2, I'm going to say Panthers on the road again. This time I'm going to say Connor McDavid gets a little angry, and so the Oilers take Game 2 at home. So it's 1-1 in the series. Game 3, I'm going to go Game 3, let's say... This time the Oilers are on the road. They were great on the road last series. As you can see here, that's a road game. First game on the road for them last series was a loss. I'm actually taking everything into account. I'm going to take my time here. First game on the road, the series before that was a win. First game on the road, Game 1 was a loss. So then, I would say Game 3 on the road, Panthers. Game 4, I'm going to go Game 4 at home, Panthers. So I think the Panthers going back on the road is going to be up 3-1 in the series. Then I think Game 5, back at home, Oilers. Game 6, Oilers finally win one. Then you know what? I'm pulling for another back-to-back years where it's Panthers versus Oilers. I'm pulling for a back-to-back year where it is a Game 7 game where it goes to Game 7. However, this year, Oilers at home, I'm going to take Oilers because of the fact that, once again, Connor McDavid's mad, and I think so. Final prediction. I hope it'll work if I can show y'all. I don't know if you guys can see it very well, but at least you guys can see it a tiny bit. That is my prediction. Game 1, I have the Panthers. Game 2, I have the Oilers. Game 3, I have the Panthers. Game 4, I have the Panthers. Game 5, I have the Oilers. Game 6, I have the Oilers. And Game 7, I have the Oilers. I have the Oilers winning 3 straight after being down 3-1. Crazy prediction, but you know what? I'm calling it right now. And truthfully, I've always been like this. A little secret about me. I am nowhere close to a Edmonton Oilers fan. Nowhere close. But when it comes to the fact that the Hurricanes have been eliminated, I'm the most bandwagon Oilers fan of all time. I always pull for the Oilers if the Hurricanes are not just got eliminated from the playoffs. If the Hurricanes just got eliminated from the playoffs, I always, no matter what, pull for them in the playoffs. So, in case you're curious, yeah, I pulled for them last year too, in the Western Conference Finals and in the Stanley Cup Finals. So, I'm going Oilers in 7 this year. Oilers in 7. That's what I'm predicting. Thank you so much. Like I say every time, I don't know how to end this. It's basically a tradition at this point. I don't know how to end this. So, yeah, goodbye. I will be back. Before I end, I will be back for a Stanley Cup Finals reaction. I'm doing a reaction to every single series. Now, I don't know how to end this. So, goodbye.